Sonya and Sasha.
Thank you so much for staying with us on BRIMBANK Live on Live FM. You're with the Sonya and Sasha For Real show. It's Friday. It's the school holidays. We're excited. We're happy. We're in the ring of steel thanks to Dan the man. I'm not sure how long that'll last. What do you think, Sasha? We need to get out. We need to get out of this ring of steel.
I need to jump out. Like, I'm going to get to this ring of steel and I'm going to jump so high. Like, you know, white men can't jump. I'm a white chick and I can jump. I'm going to get out of this as quick as possible. I can't wait. Hey, I actually went to the park this week. I felt like when I was at the park, I felt like I was in a club. I put my headphones on, I started dancing around. I had a bit of Usher going, and I was there by myself. I was checking out a couple of other parents. They looked like they were just as happy as me. We were out. We were like, just the fact that we even went to the park, that was incredible for us.
I know.
Our mental health has really, really taken its toll. Like we just said, 20 weeks of us homeschooling. This is killing us. And not just killing us, it's seriously, I know my children are going to have to lock in and get some therapy just on the fact that I've been yelling at them for 20 years.
Totally.
Right? You know, this is
I think of it this way. They're very proficient in bad language. So we have introduced, they are bilingual is what I'm saying. I'm putting that on my resume. Yeah.
So because we are talking about that, we thought we might get a little bit serious.
This is our new segment. Sonya and Sasha, get serious.
It's time to get for real.
Ooh.
All right. So we've actually got a guest now.
An expert.
I know. This is BRIMBANK Live on Live FM, and we've actually got somebody from BRIMBANK Council, and we have one of their support counsellors and support workers, and that is Julian Schokman.
Hello.
Hey,
welcome.
Julian.
Welcome.
Sasha.
Love the last name, Schokman. I'm sure you've used that in a couple of bars every now and then. I'm Schokman.
No, but
well, I'm glad we're getting serious here.
I don't tend to drop my surname on first introductions. But maybe I should start, Sasha.
Well, I definitely.
one.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Schokman.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's an opening line.
It's a very
hang
good
on a
one,
second. Now, you're actually one of the counsellors and support workers for BRIMBANK Council. Is that right? Tell us a little bit about
City
that.
Council. Yes, that's right. So BRIMBANK Youth Services. So we work with young people at 12 to 25 years old. And, really what we want to, what I'm here to talk about, and it's fantastic that you're doing this today, both of you, talking about mental health and supporting young people and in the BRIMBANK area. And that's what we're all about. So we want to kind of like just encourage young people to seek help, seek support if they're feeling low, if they're having some trouble at home, if they're just not feeling themselves, to kind of reach out. There's so many support services out there. BRIMBANK Youth Services is one of those. That's, we just want to encourage young people right now to reach out.
So you're part of the wellbeing team, and so you're talking about counselling and support. What's the difference between counselling and support? Because I need a bit of support and I need a bit of counselling, you know what I mean? So I'm not really quite sure. I'm not really feeling myself at all. So tell us, what's the difference between counselling and support?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, Sasha. Look, so supports are kind of, it is a broad term, and like support's kind of like if a young person was to call up, that's kind of where we start. We start with support, and that might be like going, so what's going on, mate? What services we get? What are you? What's going on at the moment? And then we might direct them to services. So it might be like all they need from us is to have a chat, and then we find like help them find the correct service within the BRIMBANK area. But it might also be that they've got a bit of an issue, but they're not sure exactly how to talk about it, or they're just feeling some stuff and they're not sure, what kind of support they need. So we might start with just asking a few questions, and that's what support's really about. It's just kind of like those initial questions just to get a conversation going. And then one way of thinking of counselling is kind of like a bigger conversation, a longer conversation, a more in-depth conversation, like a deep and meaningful. It might go for several sessions, for example. And the kind of thing that BRIMBANK Youth Services do Sasha and Sonia, is we can work often up to about 10 sessions with young people. So it's kind of short-term-ish, but, you know, if young people need a bit more, then sometimes it can be a bit flexible. But most of the time it's you know, just it's you know, working with them to find them the right package of support within the BRIMBANK area.
So what kind of issues are young people approaching you with at the moment, especially given this craziness that we're experiencing with COVID, Jules?
Yeah, look, Sonia, it's not necessarily that things have, I mean, things in many ways, and you've talked about it this morning, things have changed, you know, like, you know, we talked about that ring of steel, and there is a sense that things have changed, and young people are experiencing more of what they had previously experienced. So it's I suppose that for a lot of them, for some of them it is a real step change, you know, like it might be stuff that they've never experienced before. So it might be that, you know, they are experiencing, you know, a serious mental health kind of condition, and that may have come about during this COVID time. But for some of them, it is it's that increase in pressure that you've been talking about this morning, which means that things like, you know, that family conflict, they might be having a little bit more of that. You know, arguing with mum and dad. It's, you know, like homeschooling. I mean, I know you two, you know, doing a bit of that as well. And it's hard for young people. So it's difficult for them. So that's so, you know, it's managing things that maybe they have managed in the past, but now it's just getting a bit more on top of them. So it might be family conflict. It might be that, you know, they're feeling a little bit more low than they're used to. It might be that, you know, like a whole range of things that they've previously experienced, but now it's just a bit more. It's a bit more of a struggle.
So what do you actually physically do? Like, are you the person that somebody might, you know, get to speak to?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few of us in the team. I'm one of the counsellors and one of the support workers. So I kind of do a bit of both, and it really does depend, Sasha, on what the young person needs. So it might be so for some of them, you know, we're pretty chill, we're pretty cool with, like, if it's just, sometimes it might just be like, you know, just having a bit more of a chat, and some sessions it is more just like, you know, how you doing today, mate? You know, and that's all a young person might need that day.
So tell us, okay, so what age group do you have to be in to access these services for young people?
Yeah, so look, Sasha, it's a free service available to young people in BRIMBANK, and it's 12 to 25. So, you know, and there's kind of a range of things that are available. So if any young person does want to make contact, then you know, between the ages of 12 and 25, if they live, work, play in BRIMBANK.
Hang on, play. Does that mean you might visit someone in the bubble so I can cop a bit of counselling as well? Is that what it is? I just came to play in the park in BRIMBANK. Can I get some therapy? Is that how it works?
You know what?
BRIMBANK's got a couple of good parks.
Sasha, and this is the thing, it almost does. So that's the thing. We want to have a pretty open kind of service to young people, and, you know, the worst thing that can happen is we say, you know, oh, maybe here's a service that's more appropriate for you. So it's kind of like worth kind of like giving us a call if you're feeling a bit of a change, you're not feeling yourself, that kind of thing. You know, that's what we're here for.
Now, how long does it take before you can actually get an appointment with you? Like, is it take a long time? Because sometimes with this stuff you have to wait a few weeks, and you really need somebody right now. What's the time frame?
So look, it can vary, and that's not me being tricky. Like, it is just being honest. It can vary, but a lot of the time it's a matter of weeks rather than months. And you know, we've talked about COVID a bit today, and it has put a lot of pressure on the system. It's so a lot of people are feeling pressure, young people, parents, and young people, and the system's feeling that a bit too. So that means that there's times when it may be a little bit longer for us to we'll try to respond quite quickly, like within a week, we'll try to respond to a young person, and sometimes even a bit quicker than that. And quite often, you pick up the phone and you call, and within a very short period of time, a matter of days, you're going to get a call back. But Then in terms of being able to say get a bit of a package of support and a proper conversation about what a young person might need, that may take like a little bit longer, but usually weeks. We're not talking about months.
Good, that's amazing. There's some really incredible services out there. And is there a cost associated with these services, Julian?
No, it is a free service.
That's fantastic.
And generally what we recommend as well, and we know that there's a lot of financial kind of struggle as well for a lot of young people and in the community. So, we are offering a free service, and a lot of services even we might refer on to and talk to young people about that they can access are also free. So we kind of try to keep all that kind of stuff in mind.
So how do people find you?
Yeah, no, thank you for that. So, look, there's a few ways. So one of the best ways is just to call us. So then we can just start that conversation, and that's 9249 4110, 9249 4110. And that's the best way to make contact with us and get someone to talk to very quickly. And the other way is, you might use your search engine and look up BRIMBANK Youth or BRIMBANK Youth Services. You can also follow us and keep up with information. We've got BRIMBANK Youth on Facebook, and you can follow us on there. So, look, there's a few ways to find us and to find more information about the services available for young people in BRIMBANK.
So you're saying is most of the time you and I are 23 and a half, we actually qualify for this. And so I might actually give you a call after and tell you a couple of my problems there, Julian.
Yeah. I've actually celebrated my 23 and a half birthday for the last 10 years. So that's been going well. So I think, I think it's all the responsibility of what's going on with our young people and them being able to be okay with accessing support services can really fall on all of us, because we can just start conversations. One of the things I know that SACHA and I have been doing every week while this COVID thing's been happening is reaching out to young people that are following us or that we're, in contact with via social media and just checking in. How you going? What's going on? And we had our Are You OK Day last week that we celebrated, but I think it's on all of us to just check in with each other, stay connected, stay communicating, because that tiny little conversation that, how you doing? What's going on? Can actually lead to, well, actually I'm struggling a little bit. And then we've got these amazing services that are free in our community that can really make such a massive difference in a young person's life. And I think it's going to be a very different ball game when we start opening up again. There'll be a different set of issues with young people, because we've all been imprisoned and held back, and I think we're all going to let loose a little bit after this. So there might be a whole lot of different stuff that we'll be talking about after the lockdown's finished. Jules, what do you think?
Well, if your council doesn't actually create service, I'll just come over and use BRIMBANK, play in their park, and then give Julian a call. That's all I can say, because I think that as long as you fit into that age group, I think that this is a great service. And I'm really, really glad that councils around Australia, and especially BRIMBANK Council, are able to offer these services and know that how important they are. And the fact that they're for free, like that is just huge. And they can, that you can actually access so many of these services. That is absolute gold. And thank you so much for doing that. Can you give us that website and number one more time, Julian?
Yes, so that number again is 9249 4110 and BRIMBANK Youth. So if you look up brimbankyouth.com, you'll find all the BRIMBANK Youth services. And if you follow BRIMBANK Youth on Facebook, that's where you can find us.
Oh, thank you so much, Julian.
SONYA, Be Heard Youth Support Program, through that's right, Julian, the Be Heard Youth Support Program.
That's right, and just to so it's the Be Heard. That's a young person can make a referral through there themselves if they wanted to, but certainly just give that number a call. Speak to a worker, see, if you feel like it's the right fit for you, and just like both of you have been saying, it's a challenging time, and just seeking support whenever you can. We all need it sometimes. Every single one of us It's out there. There's a lot of challenges. So please just give us a call if you feel like you need it.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you for being such an amazing person in our community and helping so many young people through this really tough time and being a guest on the Sonya and Sacha For Real show.
Sonya and Sacha, For Real.